people don't particularly care for water. Okay. All righty then. All right. Now, I got to tell you, I talk to a lot of different audiences, corporations, small business, black, white, church, non-church, you name it. And when I say this, I got to be honest, if I'm talking to a predominantly black audience, oh man, it's ugly right about now. They're yelling at me. They paid for me to be there. They're yelling at me. Why would you even talk to this lady? She's so ignorant. She's this. So they're down in her. But I'm like, wait. Oh, so then I get angry. Oh, she's the ignorant, the tan challenge lady asking stupid. Oh, okay, fine. Show her hands. Now, I don't want you to put your hands up. Let's show her hands to that audience that was upset. Men, how many of you seen your sister, your daughter, your aunt, your girlfriend, your niece, your grandmother, your mother completely act a fool after they just spent hours getting their due done and they're about to step out in the rain and get it wet? Show her hands. All of a sudden, the guy's hands go up. Put them down. Okay, ladies, how many of you seen yourself, your mother, your daughter, your aunt, your grandmother, your niece completely act a fool after you just spent hours getting your due done and you're about to step out in the rain and get it wet? Oh, to the point where you will wrap a plastic Walmart bag around your head to keep your hair from getting wet. All the ladies' hands go up. Put them down. Now imagine being a tan challenged individual watching all y'all do that. You might begin to think, black people don't particularly, oh wait, I'm sorry. And some of you don't swim very well either. You might begin to think black people don't particularly care for water, right? So all of a sudden it's quiet, and you see them thinking about that, and they're like, and all of a sudden, laughter, talk, okay, and they're like, go on and talk now, go on, preach. You're like, all right, can I finish my story? And they're like, yeah, finish it up. I'm fine, thank you. So see, think about that now. So you got a tan challenged lady observing things that she can't explain and comes up with a reason that really is not a good reason, but when you really think about it, that's all she knew. She didn't know me. This is me. So when you start explaining things, then people start to understand. All right, so back to white people in the hair. So I asked her, I said, why do you, okay, you said that you think we don't particularly care for water, but, all right, here's the answer. Here's why black people don't wash their hair. And then I stopped. That's right, I'm looking at you. Then I stopped. I says, oh, let me ask you one more question. She said, sure. I said, why is it white people, tan challenged people, why is it you wash your hair like every day? And she said, oh, that's easy. I said, well, can I answer it? She said, well, you think you know? I said, some of my best friends happen to be white. Give me a shot. I'll try it. She says, go for it. I said, well, number one, your bodies naturally produce oil that's designed to take care of your hair. And in the 1950s, having an oily head, it was cool. But today it's not. I said, so this is what you do. Follow me. I'm going to be fast. And she says, I'm okay. I said, so your body's naturally produce oil to take care of your hair, but you consider it dirty, so you wash the oil out of your hair, condition your hair, then wash the conditioner out of your hair so your hair doesn't fall out. She says, oh my God, you got it. You knew. I said, hey, some of my best friends happen to be white. She said, oh, I can't believe it. I said, here's why black people don't wash their hair. She said, okay. I said, we really don't produce much oil. And she's like, excuse me? I said, we really don't produce a lot of oil. It's never all of us, but I mean, it's just we don't put, matter of fact, white people will put oil into their hair because we're not producing it. But we do wash our hair. Could you imagine how nasty that would be to wake up in the morning, never wash your hair, you wake up, the pillow stuck to your face, you pull it down, the pillow lines, people laughing at you? You don't want that. We do wash our hair, just not as often. This is me, this is we. When we start understanding each other, you start to understand what it is to be different, but in many cases, you're exactly the same. Sometimes for opposite reasons. Next slide. Oh, I'm sorry. Woo! Almost forgot it. Yeah, back up. Back the truck up. Okay, you're not back. Go back. Okay, gotta watch my time. Ashy. Okay, so here's the deal. I learned things. So it's, when I say this is me, I had to learn things about me, right? So the woman still in an airplane. She reaches in her handbag, I'm gonna be a little faster here. She reaches in her handbag and pulls out some lotion. I'm looking at her. She looks at me while I'm looking at her looking at me. She offers me some lotion. So I do what every red-blooded, tan American does. I look at my hands and I'm like, yeah, I'm looking a little ashy. Sure, I'll take some lotion. And she gets ready to hand me the bottle and says, oh my God, wait, ashy? What's ashy? I'm like, ashy, you know ashy. Oh, she doesn't know what ashy is. I'm going to tell her what ashy is. So I told her, I said, for you, Tan Challenge American, when your skin gets dry, only you know it. Unless it starts cracking or flaking. That's nasty. I'm just saying. Some of you might have that problem. I'm just saying. So for a black person, though, we have this phenomenon, which when our skin gets dry, it's never all, but when our skin gets dry, you can actually tell. Now I'm about to tell you the secret. Tan Challenge people, please don't walk up to your friendly neighborhood black person and say, you're looking ashy. That's not gonna work. Problems, okay? Problems. So, with our skin, when it gets dry, it kind of gets lightish, brownish, grayish, kind of, it looks like ash from a fire. Ashy. So I use the lotion, I put it on my hands, I show her nice and chocolatey brown. She's like, oh, I see that. I said, there you go. But here's the problem. I had a flashback. At that very moment, I had a flashback of when I played basketball in high school. And when I played basketball, they didn't have a three-point line. I'm just letting y'all know. And the basketball shorts, for me, you were lucky if they went past the bottom of your butt. You know, you had booty shorts when we were playing. I don't want to admit it now. I'm tough. I don't want to admit it, but yeah, we had booty shorts. So when you went out on the court, you didn't want to be the ashy guy. You didn't want to be Ashy Larry, so you lotioned up. Well, here's the deal. So I'm playing basketball. This white kid, I'm a Tan Challenge kid, is playing with me, and he says, man, I hate playing basketball with you black kids. Are you asleep? I got my eye on you. Okay, so he said, I hate playing basketball with you black kids. I'm like, why? He said, because you're so greasy and slippery. I'm like, what? No. He said, yeah. I said, why do you think that is? From all that fried chicken you guys eat at home. Oh, Elmo. I know he didn't just say that. But here's the kicker. I kind of noticed the same thing. I kind of noticed that the black kids I was playing against seemed slipperier than the white kids. And then it dawned on me, oh my God, I'm black. I must be slippery too. I never asked anybody. I just dealt with it because I like basketball. I did dunk on the guy a couple times. I didn't hit him, but I dunked on him. But I never asked anybody until this Tan Challenge lady asked me if I wanted some lotion. And here's what I discovered. Like I told you before, you didn't want to be Ashy Larry when you went out on the court, right? So you lotioned up. What two things don't mix? Oil and water do not mix. If you try to put them together, it's slippery. Oil, lotion, Ashy Larry, don't want to be him, and sweat, perspiration, water, slippery. Problem solved. Never knew it. Differences. But if we talk about them, we do good. Next slide. Okay, now I'm rolling. Okay, how come black people can own their own magazines? I had a Tan Challenge individual on an airplane ask me this. He was pretty unruly. And he says, I got a question for you. I said, sure, go ahead, man, shoot, talk to me. He says, why do you people think, I'm like, wait, did he just say you people? He says, why do you people think it's okay to have your own magazines? You wouldn't like that black people had their own magazines. I mean, white people had their own magazines, would you? Yeah, what? Interesting. Why do you think black people have their own magazines? I think they got their own magazines for two reasons. I said, so what's the first one? He says, trying to make money off each other. So what are you talking about? He'd say, all black people buy my magazines. Yeah. And I looked at him and said, you know what? I think you're right. Because America's built on capitalism, making $1. You find a market, you might, yeah, that makes sense. He didn't like my answer. He didn't like the fact that America's built, I didn't like that. He says, I said, what's the second reason? The second reason is you're just trying to throw it in the white man's face. Throw what in the white man's face? Throw in our face that, oh, we were slaves. Oh, we had it bad. Oh, there's Jim Crow. There's all this stuff. I'm just going to have my magazines, put them in your face. Yeah. Okay, good. I got you. I said, well, here's the answer. Here's why it's okay for black people to have their own magazines and white people not to have their own magazines. And then he looks at me and he says, oh, by the way, yeah, how would you like if we had a magazine called Ivory? You got one called Ebony. How would you like if we had one called White Enterprise? You got one called Black Enterprise. I'm like, that's a good point. Okay, here's the reason. And I asked him, I said, wait, have you ever been in a situation where you were a minority? He said, yeah. What do you mean? I said, oh, maybe you're Jewish and you grew up in a Catholic neighborhood. And he says, yeah, oh, no, I wouldn't be caught dead being Jewish. I'm like, dude, this dude's got issues. I'm like, dude, okay. What if you were the only guy in the baby shower? And he said, yeah, that's happened. I said, okay, so you know what it's like to be a minority? And he said, yeah, I know what it's like to be a minority. I said, yeah, you know, for this conversation, you're an honorary black man. He said, what? I said, you're a black man for this conversation because you know what it's like to be me. And then he goes, yeah. He said, what? Yeah. At first I didn't know, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And then I did a fist bump with him, and then he did the pow. I didn't do the pow, but he did it, and he's the only black man now. And I said, so, in that situation, how did you feel? He said, what do you mean? I said, how'd you feel? He says, I felt left out. I said, you felt left out? I said, yeah, what are you gonna do about it? He says, well, tell the women you're leaving me out. What are they gonna do? He said, well, they're probably gonna include me and things will be better. I said, okay, over time you think they'll forget? He says, well, yeah, it's only one of me and lots of them. I said, okay, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna tell them. We did that 4 times. This man is irate now. He is irate. I'm tired of this game. I keep telling them and they forget. I said, dude, relax. Think Air Marshal. Think Air Marshal. I don't want to be taken off the plane. Think Air Marshal. Finally, he calms down. I said, I got one more question for you, but it's cool. You and me, man. You and me, bro. Ham. And he says, okay. I said, all right, here we go. What are you going to do about it? What? That's the 5th time. You told me you were going to. I didn't tell you I wasn't going to ask you. You know what? That's it. Tired of these games. I'm going to do my own thing. I said, yeah, what? He said, I'm going to do my own thing. I keep telling them, they include me, then they forget me. I tell them, they include me, then they forget me. I tell them, you know what? I'm just doing my own thing. Oh. I didn't say anything else. I'm just watching it. I could have swore I smelled smoke from his brain, and then he says, you know, I just answered my own question, didn't I? I said, you sure did. When you're the minority, there are times with the majority, not necessarily on purpose, but we'll forget about you. And you got to do your own thing. He says, wow. Last question. Next slide. Oh, man. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull this one off in 2 minutes. So here's the deal. Show of hands very quickly. How many of you have ever been to a family reunion? Raise your hands. Okay. All right. For those whose hands are not up, I'm sorry. You 2 gentlemen there, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. Put them down because some of you are funky. Yeah. Okay. At your family reunion, show of hands, how many of you had music playing? Not bad. Okay, keep them up. Of those families with music playing, how many of you had dancing? I don't mean a wedding reception, I mean dancing. Keep your hands up, put them down if there was no dancing. Okay, now, if you look around the room, okay, you can put them down now. If you look around the room, if you look real quick, the majority of people with good tans all the time had their hands up. And the tan challenge folks didn't. Okay? So, natural rhythm. Isn't that black people have natural rhythm? We're from Africa. We got the DNA Ancestry.com shows us that we got this stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do this, but I can't do it right. I can't. My head just I can do Carlton, but I can't do the rest of the stuff, right? Is that it? We have natural rhythm? Or is there something else? Let's think about the music we listen to, right? It's never all. This country, so what is rhythm? Rhythm is keeping time to a beat, right? So does country music have a beat? Yes. Classical music? Yes. R&B? Yes. Hip hop? Yes. But which one's easier to keep time to? Music you hear the beat, or music you hear and feel the beat? Boom, 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 boom. Which one is it? It's the music you hear and feel the beat. Okay, got that. Now, black family reunions. It's a phenomenon. So here's what happens. It's never all, but a lot of the ones everyone I've been at, the older people, I guess that's me now, they push the young toddlers and little kids out in the middle of the dance floor or in the yard or what have you where the music's playing, and they actually cheer on the little kids to get in the dance. My brother and I, it was horrible. It was horrible. But they get the little kids to dance. So all of a sudden you realize, I get props from being able to try and dance. To music, I can hear and feel the beat. So is it only natural that me culturally, this is me, would be able to keep time to the beat, rhythm, and dance? Because culturally, it's accepted and cheered on. Or is it, it's just in our DNA and Ancestry.com got it right? So, next slide. Next slide. No, that's 2 slides. Okay, so, okay. So, are we getting it? We are different, but we are more similar than we are different. We just have to talk to and understand each other. This is me. This is we. All right, with that said, I'm done. I gotta do it. Let's go. I'm out of here. Thank you.